Hey y'all, it is Luca and welcome back to the channel. So The Sims 4 has been out for 11 years, roughly. It came out in 2014. Just to put that into perspective, I was 19 when this game was released, and now I am now a 30-year-old. So it's very interesting to go back and look at how different The Sims 4 was back in the day, especially though it is so interesting to take a look back at the builds from that era. So this home I'm going to be renovating today, I built in 2015, and it is called Modern Studio Number 2. During that time, I was really into creators like Deligracy, Life Simmer, the OGs of the community, and I really was inspired by a lot of builders of that time, but I will be honest, I didn't exactly have the skills by any means yet. I wasn't really a builder in the Sims. To be honest, I was more of a player, and it shows. So this is the oldest house that is on my gallery page. I'm sure it's not the first build that I built way back when The Sims 4 was released, but I went on my little gallery page and it took me a while. I had to scroll back quite a bit, and this was actually when it was just after, I believe, I got Outdoor Retreat. So that was the only bit of DLC that I believe at the time I had, at least. But yeah, this home, it's interesting. I don't know why I was obsessed with studios, because there wasn't apartments in the game yet, I believe, and I was really into studio apartments. So let's go ahead and I'll give you a little tour. The exterior is very simple. It's a box, the boxiest box you can ever box. It's a flat roof, and there's lavender. Look at me. I've been putting lavender in my builds since day one. So at least some things never change, right? And then on the front yard area here, you can see a little pool. I'm not really sure why I put a pool here. What was the point? I'm not sure. Like, what are they going to do there? Because there's another pool back here. And then there is this kind of random little spot here. Garden space? I don't really know. Nice little area to hang out, but there's no flooring. It's just the concrete. So I don't know what I was doing there. And then let's look inside, shall we? So this is the home. It is a studio, meaning it is all open concept. I know, right? That a lot of things do change, though, we've noticed, because I don't do open concept anymore. At least for the most part. You know me, I have a visceral dislike of open concept sometimes, but back in the day it was not the case. So you walk in, you have this lovely little entrance foyer kind of moment. Some reason there's a couple planter pots here and 3 mirrors. All in all, it's not hideous. And then you have this open kitchen, which I don't like this kitchen at all. It's so dark. There's no clutter. There is 0% clutter in here. It's very dark, very lifeless. And then there is a very fun and colorful dining space here with, very colorful, chairs here. I remember specifically Deligracy way back in the day. She actually used, she would do that with her chairs sometimes as mismatch the swatches. And I was like, oh my God, I'm going to do that. That's so fun and quirky. So I did that here. Did my own little poster moment, which this is kind of cool. It's kind of neat, kind of interesting, kind of a vibe, And then, we have this lovely, I don't know what this is supposed to be, not an office. We have a little living room here. It's fine. I hate this couch. I don't use this couch anymore. And then in here is the bathroom, which for some reason I put this door, which imagine you can literally see into the bathroom from the whole house, basically. Yeah, very dark, sad, depressing little bathroom. What was I doing? And then, there's the bedroom, which, the clipping here is driving me insane. I gotta do that. But, it's something, right? The bed is obviously amazing. I am obsessed with this bed still to this day. So, some things do never change. But what was I doing with this mismatched bedside table moment? One was quirky and witty, and then the other one was modern and sleek. What? And then we have the dresser, an ugly dresser. I never use that anymore. And that's the house. That's it. It's something, right? But I thought today what we could do with this renovation is I could renovate this home in a way that represents who I am as a person now, to kind of have a little bit of a comparison moment, because it's been 10 years since I built this house. 10 years ago I was 20 and now I'm 30. A lot changed. Okay, at least I hope. Before we get into the build, I just want to say a huge thank you to the Creator Network for supporting the channel. If you'd like to support the channel, you can use my creator code luccaowens at checkout. All you got to do is type in LUCCAOWENS at checkout whenever you're buying any Sims 4 DLC on the EA app, and you'll be supporting me. I get a little commission from that little sale. But yeah, a big thank you to everyone who's been using my code recently, and a big thank you to the Creator Network for supporting the channel. Alrighty, y'all. Without further ado, let's get our handy dandy sledgehammer tool, and we're gonna demolish some stuff. Now, first and foremost, let's put on move objects. That's pretty essential. I'm not even sure I used moved objects in this build. I don't even remember. Actually, yes, I absolutely did use move objects because these plants are overlapping. So we're getting rid of everything. Okay, we're keeping the shell of the home, of course, but we're getting rid of all this. I think I'm gonna get rid of this little pool, but the pool in the backyard will keep, because I think that's actually kind of fun that I put a pool in the house. We're gonna get rid of this whole roof moment. Oh goodness. We're gonna get rid of all this terrain paint, and then I'm gonna get rid of all of the stuff back here. I put these little rugs here to be like towels, and we actually have those in the game now. So maybe, you know what, just because I know that later whenever I go to do this, I'm gonna forget because I have ADHD and I love to forget things. I'm gonna put a towel out here because we'll actually put some towels somewhere, maybe not on the concrete. That's probably really uncomfortable. We're gonna get rid of the fencing here because I don't use that fence at all. We're gonna get rid of this whole bit of landscaping here. And now we got to go inside and start getting rid of all this nonsense. This is honestly such a satisfying part of the process for me, is just clearing everything out, emptying it all, seeing what lies beneath the nonsense. Because, you know, items and objects, when you place them down in builds like this, they really do transform the space quite a bit. And so taking it away really shows a different side of it, you know? Oh, why did I use these lights, y'all? Like, what was I doing? Like, I know we didn't have the boob light then, but my goodness, I could have done somewhat better than that. Okay, let's get rid of this kitchen nonsense right here. You know, what I might do with this build is, let's just say that this home was a house before, and we're gonna transform it into that house it was before, like almost like a renovation, you know, a renovation in backwards time or something like that, if you will. Okay, that's all of the objects. Let's get rid of all these daggone windows, because modern windows are beautiful, like, don't get me wrong, but like, come on, that many windows? No. All right, I'm gonna place down the handy dandy saucer light here and just kind of plorp it all over. Okay, and then I'm gonna get this concrete. Actually, what we're gonna do, you see this flooring here, the chestnut planks, that's gonna be like what lies beneath everything. You know, it's like, oh my gosh, we pulled up all the carpet and the nonsense, and we found this really nice wood floor. It's not my favorite wood flooring, but there is actually some new swatches with it, and we can go with like maybe a darker color. That's what we might do, but we're getting ahead of ourselves. Okay, let's focus on this floor plan. So nowadays, I like closed concepts. I don't like everything to be one big room. I also don't like medium wall heights, so we're doing that. Let's focus on the floor plan, then the exterior, okay? So this little section right here, I'm gonna make into the living room for sure. I feel like that's a good, you know, size for a living room with a lot of space. And I think I'm gonna do maybe the dining space like right here, maybe. Is that a good spot for it? Perhaps. And then maybe like right here, yeah, can be the kitchen. So there'll be a kitchen right here, and then a nice dining space with lots of windows, and then like an entrance to the back porch or backyard area. We may add a back porch. I don't know. We'll get there. And then we have all this room right here, of course. So I'm going to add a couple bedrooms because I don't build homes with one singular bedroom anymore. It just feels so impractical. Even if you're just moving in a single sim, it's nice to have another bedroom. I think I'm just going to do like a 4x4 bedroom there, and then another bedroom right here as well. And then just like a bathroom. The entrance is going to be like, I think right here actually. And I kind of wanted this to be like a hallway, but also a place where they store a lot of items. Like I'm seeing a lot of like random, like a bike or something in my head. Let's move on to actually doing the roofing. Now, you know me, I'm a pretty simple, I'm a simple gal when it comes to the roofing. I am just gonna do a very simple little what is this? A hipped roof? Is that what it's called? Just a simple little hipped roof, something very cozy. And then I'll do a little half hipped roof on this part right here. And then just bring it down to meet the angle, and then just bada bing, bada boom. There we go. See, that's so simple, but I love it. And then I'm actually going to lift the house up, because why did I put it on the ground like that? I don't understand. And then that way right here, I can do a little front porch, nothing too big, maybe just like this big, perhaps. Actually, you know what? Let's make it one tile longer. Also, I did move my camera, and like my desk setup is a little different now. If you see a stick, long story short, I grew up in the country, in the woods, in the mountains, and that was my walking stick from when I was like 12. It's just there. I had a walking stick. Don't get me started. I am going to add a little awning right here. I'm just going to, do something like this. Very simple, but that's cute. Honestly, I can already see the vibes. So let's see. I'm just going to put down some stuff. I'm not really going to solidify my decisions yet, because I like to have like a structure before I make any like color choices and everything. I think I'm going to do like this. That's better. And then we're going to do just a door like right there. Oh, not there. There we go. I think actually what I'm going to do, because I don't like the way that the door is like hitting this little spot here, I might bring this forward a tile. That's actually okay. That doesn't bother me nearly as much. I'm just going to place down the tried and true base game windows just to start with. This is a living room, so I'm going to do kind of bigger windows like that. And then this, side of the house can have, just some normal sized little windows. We may change these to something else, but we may also keep them too. But you can also see I didn't really get all the wall covering off of every single room here, but you can see I also was really into using this kind of siding kind of thing. I don't really know what I was trying to do here. I think this will be like the kitchen, and then the dining space I'm gonna do like 3 big windows. Actually, we'll do 4. We're gonna do a big window moment, because that's very nice. I think I do want to add a back porch back here also. We'll do like something like as wide as this little spot is here. I don't know if that works. It kind of does. It keeps true to the original shape that I had. So let's just go with it. I can imagine maybe they tore all this down, and maybe somehow they lowered the house because, they were like, we just don't want it to be like, like too high, I don't know. Let's see. Now, I definitely want to use the sliding door like this one. That's a perfect door for the dining space. Okay. And then I'm just going to put down some doors just to kind of mark off where I want the doors to be. Ooh, I don't really like this here. So I know this is kind of strange, but I'm going to do a diagonal. That's kind of cool. I kind of like the diagonal wall. Yeah, that's all right. I don't mind that. And then I need an archway. Pronto. Okay. I think I'm just going to use maybe this one. I don't know. I feel like this one's better. Yeah. We'll put one there, and we'll put one here. I was actually going to put a doorway leading from the living room into the kitchen. I think I do want that. I might change that, but I kind of like that. It keeps it, off flowing really well. Okay, so that's a pretty good layout. I quite like that a lot. I do like this shape. This is a very typical me shape. I think I want to add a chimney right here. Does that look good being on the front of the house? I don't know. Let's just see. I don't know. I feel like it's like awkward putting it like right there. So maybe we won't put a fireplace. Okay. And then let's go ahead, and I'm going to decorate. I don't know. I've got the structure. Now we just gotta decorate. All right. So what would I enjoy nowadays? A lovely brick. Yes. A lovely brick pathway leading up to the front is so nice, at least in my opinion. We can do kind of any kind of brick, I think, and I'd be very happy. Ooh, I love this one. That one's my favorite. And then for the foundation, I tend to always gravitate towards this one with the brown on it and the red brick. It's just very cozy and nice. And then I'm going to also, match the, what is it? The stairs? I was going to say the desk. Wow. I was going to match the staircase here with the wood on the trim of the foundation, as well as the wood on the porch as well. We're just going to go with something simple like this. And then let's see, for the siding, I mean, I'm just going to go with it today. The green siding, my favorite siding in the game. I wish that there was a trimless version. I'm going to keep saying that until I, stop playing The Sims. But yeah, this, that's so much better than before. And then I'm going to use a brown roofing because what else is new? Greens, browns, you know me. We're going to use this roofing here. Oh, that's so cozy. That's a dream home to me right there. And then I am going to probably replace the windows. I kind of have an idea which ones I want to use, but I do need to put a little bit of a trim right here. I feel like that looks nice. And then I'm going to add a spandreling as well. I really like this traditional one from the base game. Just a very simple one. But I also could use the one from like Seasons maybe, or the one from Vampires. I know that one's very extra. Yeah, that's a little too extra in my opinion. I kind of like this one. Can't really see it though. So let's just go to this one. Okay, yeah, we're going to place that one down. And then I need to place down a fence. What kind of fence do I usually like? I usually like going with this one because it's very simple. I don't love the placement of these columns, but I also don't like that because that seems a little awkward. But I'm not going to worry about that too much, I don't think. And then for the windows, I think I'm going to replace them for sure. So on second thought, I think I'm actually not going to do that with the windows. I'm not going to change them. I'm going to keep them with these are because I kind of like how simple it looks. It's giving 90s suburban home. And that's my ultimate goal whenever I'm building pretty much anything in this game, is to have anything be super nostalgic and like 90s feeling. So we'll put some railing on the steps here. And then there's also going to be these back here as well. Let's work on this little back porch, little moment here. Okay. Should we do it as a back deck or should we have it be a covered porch? Personally, it's got to be a covered porch. It feels wrong. So maybe I can just like bring this one out. That's actually kind of cute. I'm actually a big fan of that. I'm going to use that. And it's really easy to do. That's cool. We're going to put some columns down and then the spandreling once again. And then I am going to, of course, place down a room right here, just so that I can have a little bit of a trim there. It just looks a little bit more cleaner and put together. And the ceiling looks better too. It doesn't look all awkward and weird. Okay, and so I did have some weird fencing around this spot here. I am just going to go in with the simple fence. It's just called a simple fence from the base game. And I think I'm just going to put it all around this house. This is a very like kind of typical thing you might see in an American home here, just because, a lot of people have their own properties. They kind of section it off just for privacy sake, but also for safety sake. And I know I said I'm going to keep the pool, which I absolutely am. I'm just going to extend this out a little bit and move the pool like to here. I feel like that's too far now. Let's move it back here. That's better. Yeah, that's a good little spot. And I think over here, I want to do my tried and true. I'm going to do a garden space, which, if you don't know much about me, if this is maybe a newer video or you're recently subscribed, I'm from Southern Appalachia. I live in good old Eastern Kentucky. And, it's pretty common, at least with my family, to have a garden space in some area of your house, property, whatever. Do I want to use these? I don't know. I'm starting to feel like no, because I don't really like how that looks so boxy. I kind of want to use these little garden patches from Cottage Living instead. Yeah, I think I'm just going to do like this. And then I'm going to also put a fence around that because that just protects it even more. But instead, it's going to be kind of a lower fence, I think. Possibly. I don't know. I might use the same one. I feel like that looks weird if I do that. Yeah, it feels so boxy and kind of closed off, and I don't really want it to be closed off. Maybe instead of it being like 6, I'm going to do like get rid of these 2 and just bring it in. Yeah, that feels better. That way I can instead use like maybe some bushes or something on either side. Yeah, I feel like that looks good. And then maybe we can just use like this picket fence or something. That's kind of cute. I mean, we could use the picket fence surrounding the house too. And that's very like suburban, nostalgia. There's a brown version too that we could use. Ooh, I actually like that so much more. Ooh, that fits with the colors so well. And I think I'll just use this low lying little fence just because I need some kind of separation for this. And then what I'll do is I'm actually going to use the same brick out front for this patio. Oh, that just looks so much better. Part of me wants to like do this too. Does that look weird? Part of me wants to add a little shed like right here, you know, something small. Actually, I love this idea. What if we did that instead? Actually, that's so cute. I'm loving that even more. So I'll just do this instead. And then maybe on either side, we can use the garden box that I was going to use initially. We'll just put like 2 on either side or something like that. That's kind of cute, actually. I like that setup. I'll keep these areas pretty, you know, empty unless I put more. We can just put more. Does that look weird? I don't know. And I think I'm actually going to use like a little, what do you call this? A half gable roof. I think that looks really cute, and we'll match the siding so that it matches the house, you know. Then again, I kind of want to use something different, like maybe the brown. I'll use the it's from the base game. It's some kind of like paneling kind of plank kind of situation. That's so cute. I love that. And then this can just be like a little backyard, little shed. Ooh, this little door here is cute. I like the dark brown, actually. That looks nice. I had a thought for this house. Maybe not. I don't know. I'm low-key like tempted to literally take this pool and drain it. I am going to make it a little bigger because I feel like if it's not centered now, that feels like a good size. What is this tiling that I'm using? Is this even like, this is just like, what is this? Basic pastels? Ew, why did I use like orange and ooh, I don't like that. So for the tiling, we're definitely going to go with like a stereotypical like bright blue because I always like that because like, I don't know, it just makes it look more blue and fun and inviting. It's like, ooh, this is blue. And we do actually have water now. We didn't have this when we first got the Sims 4, the pools in the base game, which we didn't even get pools to start out with, y'all. Like this one from Get Together is my favorite because it's a little tealy and it looks a little glittery. It's just so pretty. And yeah, that's so much better. But like part of me low-key wanted to like get rid of the pool and do like a round, like above the ground pool because I'm building a house in my vibe. You know, this is like my vibe. I'm trying to build something that reminds me of my home here in Eastern Kentucky. So the idea of putting, you know, a round above the ground pool here is kind of intriguing me. I tried it out. It didn't work. It took up a lot of space. So we're leaving the original pool, but I am going to do like a nice little green trim just to kind of tone down the colors a little bit. I feel like this amount of paving in a backyard is like kind of ridiculous. Like I don't think people have this much going on in their backyards. I think I'm going to get rid of some of it. Like I'm at least going to have some like surrounding the pool, but we're going to kind of create some like open segments too. Like that feels a little bit more reasonable. And then this can just like be full of plants and maybe like some more garden beds. Maybe we can even just put these 2 awkward ones and just put them like right over here. Yeah, we can just put like a couple and then maybe we can put like some decorations here and then some landscaping right there. Okay, we have a pretty good layout. We have a pretty good layout of the space now. We know what we're doing. So I'm going to start doing some landscaping now. This is the fun part. We are obviously going to be including some lavender. We got to have some lavender. That's going to stay true to the original, but we're going to throw in some little hydrangeas. Those are very common. At least here in Eastern Kentucky, I feel like people go for like hydrangeas and, you know, rose bushes. Rose bushes are very common. I was using this bush from Granite Falls. It's very pretty, but I don't know. I feel like that's just not going to fit here today. We've also got these green ferns. I don't know. I feel like people use ferns here a lot too. Ooh, no, the not grass. This grass is very pretty and very perfect actually, but we got to make sure we got to include some lavender in here too. I think I'm just going to throw in maybe like this lovely lavender bush. That way it's a little bit less space taken up by it, and we'll just kind of tuck it around. You know, I'm just going to be honest with y'all. I'm not that good at landscaping. I really don't know what I'm doing. I'm just placing down a bunch of stuff and hoping it works. Primarily purple flowers like this one. I just kind of place them down where it kind of looks aesthetically pleasing to my silly little brain, and we go from there. Ooh, I think we'll do some of these purpley rose bush kind of things. Oh, these are so pretty. Yes, I like these a lot actually. We'll put them like on the edges, and then we'll put some more of these. I'm just doing a lot of purples because that's my favorite color of flower is purple. I also like blue. Do blue flowers exist? Well, of course they do. I'm silly. actually. And then I'm going to use these delphiniums. These are from the backyard stuff pack, I'm pretty sure. They're so pretty. Like, I don't really use them like at all anymore, but they're just so pretty. I'm going to use the white ones. And those are really like tall, so they're gonna like really stand out. Oh yes, that's looking very pretty. And then we need something like in the middle here. We'll probably actually just do some more of these like rose bush kind of things. Yeah, just do that in the middle. Kind of put these on either side. And then I think I'm actually going to do some more of these knot grasses, kind of like on the corners and like on the edge. I kind of want to do a fence, but I think I'm going to use one of the fences from like the base game, like the live edit objects possibly. I've been really into using these rocks that we recently got in an event, and I just think they're so cute. It's so nice to have some variety because we've been using those same rocks from the Sims 4 base game literally since 2014 in our little gardens. So it's nice to have something a little different, especially because there is some really nice swatches on them. Something I used to do that I don't really do as much is I would use a sort of terrain paint to kind of border like the, what do you call it, the flower beds here. I like this one from Get Together. That's really pretty. And I've just been doing it like this. I kind of like that because it kind of surrounds it. It does add a little bit of a dirt texture, but it also adds a little bit of like border, a little trim. That is very cute. I'm going to just basically take what's going on here. Before I do, I think I'm going to add some yellow flowers. Like maybe these, where it's like a little bit of a subtle yellow pop. That looks nice and cute. I just want to, you know, throw in another color in there probably just to kind of keep it from being super matchy. I want to copy this down to just wherever else it needs to be. Okay, I'm working on the landscaping. I'm going to add some of these like trees here. I'm going to try to get them like placed down to where it doesn't clip into the house awkwardly. I just wanted to point them out. They look very cute on the side of the house here. And I think I'm going to add a couple like out front too. Oh yes, that adds so much like verticalness. Maybe one right here in the middle. That's kind of awkward, but I kind of like it. I don't know. And then I'm also going to place down this little, I think I'm going to use this. Yeah, it's a really cool like little stone fence kind of situation. I think I'm going to get rid of some of these knot grasses because it's just kind of in the way, but I don't know. I feel like this looks kind of cool, but I think I'm going to mix it with the wooden one probably, because I feel like that would look kind of nice. Do like two on either side, just like that. And then there is the one that came with the base game as well. That is like this like fancy one. Ooh, this one. I was going to use the other, but this one looks even better. That's really cute. And it kind of works with the knot grass here. So I can just kind of like place it down and make it look like they've, you know, let it grow wild in the fence. And then I think on either side, I'm going to place down a tree, possibly. Maybe just like one here. That's cute. Or maybe I'll use this hawthorn tree. I feel like the hawthorn tree is so pretty. I love the name of it too. That's pretty. Okay. And then I think for this outdoor area right here, I don't know. I just want to make it look like a nice little front garden, you know, a little front yard, as we say here. So I'll just add like a nice little bench. We'll do white because this is more for appearance so that people can see it. And I'll put like a nice pretty bird bath right there in the middle. And then I'm going to use the same terrain paint that I was using earlier, just like around this. I don't know. That looks kind of nice. I think I can type in stone in my little search bar. Yes, these garden path stones. These are unlocked with the live edit cheat. I'm going to place them down because I kind of want to like add a little bit of a path leading to the little bench here. Maybe I can actually have it just surround the bird bath. I don't know. That's kind of cute. I kind of like that idea. And then we can just use some terrain paint, like the more like dirt terrain paints, and we'll just lightly color around it. Maybe a little lighter than that even. Wow, I definitely can say that I'm taking way more time on this build than I did initially. Like I've already surpassed that, I'm pretty sure. And then for lighting, I'm just gonna place down these little lights, just like on either side. We'll put, you know, a couple like out here as well. I'm not gonna overdo it with light. I really don't like overdoing it with the lighting. Okay, so for this side of the, you know, situation, I'm going to use hedges just because that's very typical American, but also it's easy. It's easier to place down a bunch of hedges like this. I think I'm going to actually go into the live edit ones and place those down. You know, it wouldn't be one of my builds if I didn't at least try to put this big lavender bush somewhere. So maybe I can put like one big one like right on the corner here. Oh, that's such a nice little touch. That's very pretty. We'll put that there. And then maybe we can put one like right over here on the other side too. That's nice. Probably going to use this one just because, I don't know, I really like using it because it has a nice color and height, and you can shrink it down to a nice size. I will have to like bring it outward just a tiny bit with the Alt key because it does kind of interfere with the house just a tiny little bit. And I think this side of the fence here is going to be kind of closed off from the public, you know, since I can imagine that there's a lot of like foot traffic here. Having some bushes and some fences here is actually going to help, you know, increase the privacy, but also it's going to help block some of the sound, I can imagine. And then I'm also going to put it on this back section right here, and then some right here as well. But on this little part here, I put so much hedging on this, oh my goodness, I'm gonna place down the little fence gate here, and this is going to be like the entrance and exit, I think. I mean, I feel like that is kind of weird it being right here, so maybe I'll get rid of these, in fact, and I think I might put like a little bit of a path, just like so. Is that kind of strange? Kind of. I think I might get rid of like this and do like this kind of moment. I don't know what I'm doing, y'all. I'm just kind of doing this on the whim. It looks a little weird, but whatever. I think I'm just gonna move it back. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, so that's looking okay, I guess. It's looking a little strange. I am gonna have this be like the garden pot area, I think. But let's go ahead and I'm gonna come back here and do landscaping back here as well. So let's jump on into that. We're just gonna kind of use the same thing as we do, or as we did back there. We're gonna use a lot of the hydrangeas. Those are very pretty. I might put some different flowers out here somewhere, just to add a little bit more variety since we are in the backyard. Like some really big ferns would look kind of cool maybe. Ooh, yeah, I can see that working pretty well. And I think maybe right back here in this corner, we'll put like a bigger tree here. Ooh, this is a very pretty tree. I love this tree. That's the birch tree from Cats and Dogs. Ooh. Okay, I finished up the landscaping and everything with this house. I really like it. I'm gonna add another one of these trees back here, I think, though. I feel like that's gonna add some nice, like, privacy, you know? I think right here is gonna be where there's gonna be like a eating area. I kind of want to use this right here. We'll just do maybe like that swatch. Yeah, that's cute. And then we'll just use the grill from the base game as well. I did add like a few little stepping stones for this little garden space. I would like to add some like tools, like gardening tools out here. There is this little item here from the base game with just like, I think these actually resemble the items your Sims actually hold. So it's actually really nice. And I can put this with it too. And then maybe this little item. I think this one's really cute. Just some little floristy tools. And I also remember there's this one item that came with Get Together, I'm pretty sure, and it's this one. I know it's kind of excessive maybe to have it. Actually, why don't we put that in like the shed? That's such a good idea. I never thought to do that, which let's work on this little shed next. I totally forgot about this. I do want to add some windows. I low-key want to use like this for the windows though. I don't know if this works with the colors. Actually, that kind of looks good. We'll put like a couple of these in here, and then this little like hangy-doody thingy there. That's cute. I kind of want to put a dirt floor or like a really broken looking floor, like wood floor. Maybe this one, this like subfloor kind of vibe. And then for the light, I kind of want to use, there's this one that came with Strangerville. I hope I am correct. It's this one right here. I think this one is so cute for in here. It just looks like it would be in a shed. Like, look at it. It's kind of got like a little outlet here and like cables and stuff. That's really cute. I am going to make sure these plants aren't in here because that looks strange if you look at it closely. And then there is this one shelf kind of thing that oh, actually, it was with Strangerville. I was correct. This right here, I feel like this would look so perfect out here. It's just like a little storage kind of shelf kind of thing here. I mean, there's a gas mask, but we can ignore that. And then, ooh, there's like these boxes from Eco Lifestyle. We can put maybe a chest or something out here. This scrap savvy storage. That's kind of cute too. And let's see, what else to put out here. Maybe like a woodworking bench. I think it's under the creative tab. I'm pretty sure this one. That's so perfect. Just put it like right there, this here. Maybe we'll move this like over to this wall right there. That's perfect. And then this can sit right here. I know there's another item. I always think of these random items and it takes me a while to look for them, but there's a little decorative item that came with City Living. It's supposed to be like buckets of paint. This one right here. I feel like putting this down here in the corner would look kind of cute too. I don't know. It's kind of a cute little vibe. I all of a sudden wish I had put a driveway so that I could put in like a basketball hoop or something. But regardless, let's go ahead. We finished the shed. We finished this backyard area. We've done the front garden. Let's move on to the interior. Let's start with the kitchen. That's like the best place for me to start in any kind of build, but I think we'll do just a pretty kind of normal kitchen. You know, I tend to always want to use this countertop in my kitchens anymore. And, you know, this is supposed to be a build representing who I am now as a builder. So I'm going to use these counters. It's actually going to be kind of a big kitchen. You know, all things considering, I normally don't build them this big, but I'll do like a little island kind of moment here. Maybe like more right here is better. And then you can have some little bar stools here with the island. I kind of want to go with these from Parenthood, actually. Do these fit well in here? They kind of do. I actually kind of like this color because it works with the flooring a little bit. And then we can put like the sink right here and then maybe the stove right here possibly. We'll just place down some cabinets just like this. I feel like this helps so much. Okay, and then we can add in some appliances. We'll do, you know, I think we'll put the microwave like right here because it's right next to the refrigerator. We'll do a coffee pot maybe like right here. Oh, and we have to include a dishwasher, you know. We'll put that maybe like right there. That's perfect, right next to the sink. And then yeah, we can just add in some more little clutter items, paper towels, a dish rack, you know, a bread box, you know, just little things to help add some more liveliness. I want to add in some like lunch boxes if I can find them, but instead of it being a lunch box, it's named a snack bag, which I think is kind of dumb, to be perfectly honest with you. That's not the first name I would choose. I would just call it a lunch box, but you know, that's just how it be like. Put a couple there on the counter like they're about to, you know, head out the door with them. And let's see, we've got to look through the kitchen clutter kit for some items to use, of course. Oh, this little thing of cereal that's been spilled out on the counter is so perfect. These little pot holders there is cute. A cookie jar, of course. We'll put a couple of these like canister things right here. We do need to add like a range hood, and then we can pick out our like wallpaper and stuff. I think I'm just going to use that one because it's simple. And then for the wallpaper, I kind of just want to go with a really simple tiling like this one. This view is very nice for sure. I'm definitely going to add in some aprons. They're from the base game, actually. Very cute little item that we got. I believe in an SDX drop or an update or something. Cute little item right there. We'll just put, you know, like those there. That's very cute. I feel like we do need a rug right here too. Probably just going to use this one. I like it because when I shrink it down, it like, I don't know, it just kind of fits right. Okay, cute little kitchen. And then the dining space is going to be right here. I kind of want to use this Parenthood table. I like this kind of color that it has. And then we can probably even use some chairs that match it. Yeah, this one right here, because it matches the like bar stools quite nicely. That's very cute. A nice big rug under this, which in real life I would hate this because a rug underneath the dining table means you can't scooch your chair very well. That sounds unpleasant, but maybe we can just use like something big like this one. Ooh. The brown one is actually kind of cute. I like that. And that's also from Parenthood, another really good pack. If you're looking for a game pack that adds some nice kind of 90s nostalgia kind of items, that can work for you. I think I'm going to use these curtains from Seasons, maybe. I always get really wrapped up in the curtain choices and the selection and stuff. Either that or I'm just going to go with the ones from the base game. I mean, you kind of can't go wrong with a simple white curtain. We need to pick out the wallpaper in here, and I kind of want to use more green. I kind of want to use more green. I don't know why. I mean, I do know why. It's my favorite color, of course. And we could use this kind of like light green from the base game. I mean, that's very nice. Is it a little bit matchy? Probably, but there's just something so nice and soft about it. I think right here we need some kind of like china cabinet kind of situation. So let's look for something like that. That's kind of cute. I kind of like that. We could go with this like softer wood to kind of match the rest of the like furniture. That looks very nice actually. And then I need like a little floor lamp in this corner here. I'm going to use this one from Cats and Dogs. It's just my favorite one. It's just so perfect. In fact, do I want to put two? I feel like that looks really nice. It might be a little excessive, but I really like the way it looks. And then I do need some nice curtains in here as well. Okay, but like I'm in love with these from Cats and Dogs. And you know how much I love that pack too. So like I kind of have to use it. That's so 90s vibes in a way. I think I'll put this like plant here in the corner and maybe this plant here in the corner also. It's from Basement Treasures. I don't know. There's something really charming about this space. It's definitely very different. Let's see. Maybe I can put like a candle in here and then maybe some like little flowers or some kind of centerpiece kind of things. There's this little flower here. It's literally called Feng Shui Planter. I always really like using it as a flower for like a centerpiece on a table. I don't know why. It's just very simple and small. I think I'm gonna go with just the simple white flowers. That looks very cute. I like that. Okay. I feel like this room's done. I like all the greens and the browns, obviously. It's very nice. Let's move on to the living room here. The living room, y'all should probably already know which couch I'm gonna be using. It's gonna be this one, of course. Do I want to use a light green? Oh, I kind of do. I'm in love with that. For a side table, I think I'm going to use the one from Cats and Dogs. I can't help it, y'all. It's just such a good pack. This wood tone right here is just so pretty to me. And plus it just looks realistic too. I think I'm actually going to grab another one of these lamps. It's literally called Not Your Grandma's Lamp. That's adorable. Put that right there. And then we need some little side lamps too. There's one that came with for rent. I'm pretty sure is it that one? Yes, it's this one right here. I've always loved this lamp because look, it's the most lampiest lamp that there is. I'm obsessed. And then of course right here we can put the big TV. Maybe we can put a fireplace and we'll just put a chimney on the top instead of, building one out. I kind of want to use this one. Oh yes, that looks so good with that. And then we do need to put like a little fireplace rug thing. It's a surround is what it's called. I like adding that. That's actually a very nice kind of combination. And then we do need like a big rug. Oh dear. I'm just now realizing that this is not centered at all. So maybe we put the TV here. Ooh, I don't like that. Oh dear. Because honestly, it should be like that if we're going to center it with the fireplace. Actually, a little bit more like that. It's a little bit off, a little bit strange. Oh no, that's going to bother me a lot. Maybe we'll do this as like a side table. And instead of having a whole other couch here, I think what I'll do is we'll leave that. And then maybe we can put like this in the middle and then a couple chairs. Yeah, that works. And thankfully we have a chair that goes with this, and it's this one right here. Should we match the colors? I kind of do like them all matching. See, that does feel really nice. And then we can just put like a really big rug in here. Maybe this rug, honestly, it's the most tried and true. It's very basic, but there's just something about basics that I really do like actually. And should we use one of those coffee tables that's like a big square? Like, I know that's kind of ridiculous, but like, I don't know, it fills in the space quite nicely. I know that doesn't match, but I kind of like it. Ooh, that one looks good too, but the red is too much. That one's beautiful. It does not match the wood tones in here, but I don't know if I mind. Actually, I think I don't, because this is a normal house. When I say normal, I mean capital normal, capital N normal. It's just a house. So I'm not really super concerned about everything being like matchy and like perfect. I think I'll just put like a dark bookcase right over there. We do need some nice curtains in here. I mean, we could use the ones from Cats and Dogs again. Do I use the same ones? I don't think so. I think I want to use something a little different because they're not really going to fit very well anyways. Should I just use white curtains? I mean, I feel like that doesn't look bad. A very simple white curtain. There's nothing wrong with that. Either that, or we make maybe these chairs like a nice like beigey color, and then the curtains can be green. That's kind of a moment. I kind of like the the vibes. I kind of like it. And then maybe we can use this wainscoting in here. Does that look right? I don't really know. You know, it kind of does look kind of cozy. I'm kind of here for it. I think back in this corner, just to fill in the space and to add some greenery, we need to add a nice plant, of course. This one's kind of small. Can I make it bigger and it not be weird? No, that's way too big. I think I'm just going to use, ooh, this one's very pretty. It's not too big either. I kind of like it right there. This one is from the Crystal Creations? Yes. I kind of want to put another one. Ooh, that looks so good right there on either side too. It kind of helps the wood tone here kind of work a little nicer. And then we can actually put a TV up here. Honestly, do I want to do that? Or should I just embrace the 90s vibes and put in like a TV stand right over here in the corner and keep it like old school? We should do that because that's what the vibes of this house is, to me at least. I kind of like this one from the Horse Ranch pack. I don't know, it's kind of cute. I grew up in Eastern Kentucky, like deep in Eastern Kentucky, like in the middle of nowhere. And so we had a lot of people around in that area were very big fans of like Western styles. So something like this kind of harkens to that a little bit. Should I use this old TV? I use it so much. You can't really see it. I feel like I want to size this one right here up. That's so ridiculous, actually. I don't know if that's really right. You know what? Let's just put this TV here. We'll just put that TV there and pretend that it's a older TV. That's something I wish we had because we have that really old like broken TV for like the Basement Treasures kit. I would love a TV that looks kind of like those like old fashioned, they're not even old fashioned at this point. I don't know. From the like late 90s, early 2000s, they're still like the tube TVs, but they're like, I don't know. I can't really describe it. Maybe I'll put a picture here somewhere. You know what I mean? And then we can just put some like kind of portrait, like picture up here. I'm not entirely sure what to put up here, to be perfectly honest with you. There's just so many paintings and not enough paintings at the same time. Maybe we'll just put this one. That's a very cute little painting. I'm kind of gonna go with this lighter one, I think. Like that one. That's cute. And then I'm thinking we put some candles up here or something. Ooh, those ones from Love Struck. I honestly really like these a lot. I want these in real life. That looks very nice. And then maybe just like a little decorative doodad there. Maybe like a little ship or something or other. If it was like a horse. Oh my gosh, wait, we do have a horse statue, right? That's like a sculpted one. Yes, I want to put that there because again, I'm from Kentucky. Kentucky is obsessed with horses. I think I'm going to put a grandfather clock in the corner. Let's just put this one from the base game because it's very simple. Ooh, I love that. That adds such a nice little vibe in here. We need something over here. Maybe another plant. You can never have too many plants, even though it is probably not realistic. Maybe just this hanging plant. This can be like a pothos or something. Oh, we need to put something we need to put something up here to decorate. And then we can also put some cushions and stuff too. Ooh, that's very nice right there. Oh, we need something here too. Not every wall must be covered. Okay, let's just put some books, maybe a little, controller. Ooh, we can put some games here too. Oh, hey, let's put a little like games console in here. We'll put this Super Dream Cube. We'll put that like right here in the floor. Ooh, yeah, we'll just put some little baskets of toys. And I could spend literally all day in here and not be upset. Okay, I think now I'm actually done with this room. Very cute and cozy. I'm loving the vibes. Let's move on to the hallway, the entry, the hallway, the foyer, whatever you want to call it. Right here, I would like there to be some kind of entry kind of setup. You know what I mean? I low key want to put a closet here in the hallway. Maybe what I can do is make this laundry room a little smaller and just put a closet right there. I like that so much more because I was really struggling to find something to put there, and that makes so much more sense. And then we'll add in a little floor mat. I like the green. That's very cute. Definitely going to use this lamp again. We're going to overuse this lamp. I hope you realize that. This lamp here, I overuse it in this game. That's going to be a nice little bit right there. Maybe a little table here. Little decorative, little accent table. I kind of like this one from For Rent. Yes, or Growing Together. Growing Together. I have the hardest time differentiating between all of the packs. I like that little table, and then maybe a little mirror above it too. A mirror is a really good way to open up the space, and it's a good little bit of decor too. That's kind of cute, but I kind of of want one that's a little bit more vintagey looking, you know, maybe like this one. That's kind of cute. Maybe something more subtle, like this little one. That's cute. I like that. And then I kind of want to add that Tiffany lamp from Cats and Dogs. I don't know. It's just very fun. Ooh, that's a pretty swatch I haven't used. Let's see, let's find some other art. You know, someone recently commented something that really has been something I've thought about in the past. And it's if they ever approach me to make a kit or something, what would it be? And I said in the reply, I was like, oh, absolutely. It would be a like low income trailer home kind of kit theme where the items mainly focus around like building more realistic low income homes, starter home friendly kind of items, stuff like that, because I really think we need more, and almost like a 90s nostalgia kind of space too. You know, I would want there to be more items like that, like the tube TVs, a little pile of books here in the doorway is kind of cute. Ooh, I know something I would definitely want to put maybe like in this corner right here is the backpack. It's from the base game, and honestly, just putting like a couple of those here in the floor here would be really cute. I think there's going to be 2 kids here. Like this will be the main bedroom, like for the parents, but then the 2 kids have to share this room. Maybe they didn't intend on having 2. Maybe they're twins. Yes. One's a boy, one's a girl. They're fraternal, but they actually get along really well. Kind of like that there, even though they don't need that because there's a closet. I don't know. It's still kind of cute. And then let's see for curtains. Curtains are honestly one of those decisions that I just hate making. So I'm just going to use the green one. And then for the wallpaper in here, I kind of want something a little bit fun. I wish we had this, but in green. That would be very nice. We could do brown. No, that's way too dark. I think we need something a little simpler. Ooh, I kind of like this actually. It's got the white trim, so it goes with the doors and stuff. But yeah, I like it. Let's work on this tiny little laundry room. I know, laundry in The Sims, but you already have to deal with it in real life. I get it. It's more about the vibes. So honestly, if you download this home, feel free to just clear this out and make it a storage room or something, or a pet room. But I just love a laundry room. It looks so fun. In fact, I kind of want to stack these. I'm pretty sure I can do that. Yeah, we'll stack these just like that. And then we can put something right here, like a counter. I think it's just going to be maybe this one from Parenthood. We'll put like a couple of these like little cabinets up here. So we do need the one items for laundry. I feel like that would make the most sense, like the little laundry detergent, and I would like maybe some more paper towels in here. I don't know. I also, ooh, a little linen closet. That's not gonna fit. I'm trying to think, what other kind of items would you see in a laundry room that we have in The Sims? I mean, we could put a little hamper in here, even though you won't put your clothes in the hamper in here. Maybe they're just in here because they're washing the clothes, and then maybe we can put this basket here, just like that. That's cute. And I think we're just gonna use the tile from the kitchen right in here as well. That's cute. That works. I love all the beige. It's so nice. And then we're going to use this same curtain that we've been using, but we're just going to do the white. It's pretty simple, but it's a little laundry room. Let's work on this bathroom now. Ooh, I can't wait to do this. Let's see. How do I want this room set up? I feel like right here should be the toilet, just right there. And then maybe next to it, we can put like a linen closet. Maybe just this one from the base game. Is that really a linen closet, storage closet, whatever? I mean, I honestly like this one too, like the dark wood swatch. Actually, that's more appropriate, I think. And then we can put maybe the little medicine cabinet right above it. I just like the idea of there being like storage around this. And then we'll put like a little toilet paper right there. And then we'll add the classic little rug here as well. And then I think right here will be where the sink is. I'm not that good at setting up layouts for bathrooms, so bear with me when it's this. Should I do like the dark wood or should I do like a blue? I kind of like the dark wood, weirdly enough. But yeah, we'll put like a little bathroom sink right there, and then, you know, just the usual toothpaste, some toothbrushes. Actually, I like the one from the base game a little bit more just because it's kind of brighter. A little hand soap. We'll imagine that this is there an orange? There's not. There's a brown. We'll imagine that's like the s'mores scent from Bath and Body Works. Let me tell you, I'm not really a big fan of like heavily scented things, but that scent is so nice. It's like almondy and graham crackery. It's just so good. I think it's called s'mores or campfire s'mores or something like that. We'll put some candles here. Oh, actually, let's put this little item, the little little tray, and then maybe like this little bar soap and towel kind of moment. The hairdryer there, that's cute. Also, that looks so realistic now. And then let's do maybe this mirror there, and then a little towel. I don't know. I'm like, ooh, there's all these unique things that we're putting in the bathroom. A towel. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete one of these windows and put it in the middle so that I can more easily place a system like that. Maybe actually it does just go there. That actually doesn't look bad on the outside, actually. We'll do this swatch because I don't like this dark white. Do I put a wall here? I feel like that looks okay. And then I would like to put a hamper in here, of course. I kind of just want to use this darker one. Very cute. I like all the browns. How is that shocking? I love brown everything. I love the color brown. I love green. I love like an earthy orange. I'm very much so earth, like autumnal earth tones are my favorite colors. Is there brown? There isn't. There's a green. I don't want to use green. I mean, there's orange, but that's weird. I think I'm just going to go with white again. When in doubt, just use a white curtain. Honestly, it's simple, it's clean. Should we use this tiling again in here? I think for the most part, yeah, that's perfect. I kind of want to put a little trash can, which I need to put a trash can in the kitchen. I'm so glad that I remembered that because honestly, so many people would have been like, you forgot the trash can. Before I forget, I'm putting in the mailbox and the outdoor trash can too. I'm not gonna forget that. Where should I put this? Oh gosh, it doesn't really have a spot, does it? Maybe we put it out back and then they carry it around all the way out front. That doesn't seem realistic. You know what? It's trash day, so it's out on their front. No, we're not gonna put that there. That's sad. We'll just put it like under this tree. We'll put a little trash can here in the bathroom too, even though your Sims don't really need it in there. I think we'll just use this like kind of creamy yellow one. Yeah, there we go. And I think we just need to add a couple more little decorative items. I think we're just gonna do a green robe, and then maybe we'll do a red one or a yellow, or just the, the beige. All right, I actually really like this bathroom. It's very cute. Now we just have the last two rooms and then the porches as well. But the last two rooms of the house, let's do the kids' room first. I'm gonna do bunk beds in here just to kind of help maximize space a little bit. We're gonna do these as well. Let's see. If one's a boy, one's a girl, I think I want the brown and the green, of course. I kind of do like that, but I also there was another one that I really liked as well. Oh, that's not the right bed. I'm looking for the wrong bed. It's actually a greenish bed that came with the base game. It is this one. Yeah, I kind of like that. That's kind of cute. We'll just ignore the mismatching wood tones and we'll just put in like a little, things for the kids' room. Ooh, this kids' room stuff. I haven't really used, or is it the toddler stuff pack? I don't remember. It's just called kids' room, I'm pretty sure, right? I feel like this stuff is so perfect. It's definitely the right vibe for sure. So we'll put a wardrobe right there, and they have to share a desk too, which they are so upset about. Maybe their parents really only planned to have one kid. They could have only afford one kid and they accidentally had two. Ooh, but I like this because this bit of blue matches the stripe of blue on this. It's kind of cute. I do want to add in maybe a green rug or something to help tie in the other bed. Let's look under green for the rugs. Maybe just this one, honestly. That's kind of okay, maybe. Oh my God, what about the frog? The frog is so cute. Oh, I'm honestly obsessed with that. And then, just the usual stuff. Let's find a nice little chair. I mean, this one kind of fits the best. Well, I like the little pop of yellow, but I kind of just want to go with the blue. So it kind of helps it kind of tie in things a little bit better. And then they're not, should I put a computer in here? I think I am, but I'm going to put this like white chunky one just for the vibes, I wish it wasn't so blocky looking and it doesn't look realistic. I wish we had one that looks like a true like 90s computer. I'll be honest with you, I was born in the mid 90s, so I don't really remember having like that kind of computer. I remember we did in my elementary school and even honestly my high school too. We had them there as well. But the computer we had was actually like the same concept, but it was like black and gray. It was by Gateway, and I don't remember what it was called at all, but it was just a Gateway desktop computer with Windows XP. We got it on the year 2000, and it was definitely a very 2000s like vibe. It was such a vibe, honestly. I'm gonna put a book there, and honestly, I'm gonna be real with you, y'all. I'm so bad at kids' rooms. I'm so bad at kids' rooms. Let's see. We'll put a little like toy box, maybe like right here. We'll put this dragon stuffy. And then maybe we'll put the dino as well. It's funny. This one's called Dino and this one's called Drago. It's so funny. Ooh, I like this item. It's just some little like awards. That's super cute to put up. Oh, and this little growth chart. That's perfect for a kid's room. We'll put that there. Oh, and this tree from Cats and Dogs. Maybe not that one actually. Maybe the one that's from the base game is better. Yeah, I like this one more. We'll put a couple of those around as well. That's honestly really cute. I'm really really in love with this. Okay, I think that's really like the majority of like the stuff I want to put in here, so we can go in and like add some proper like little clutter items now. I kind of want to put a horse, you know, just a little nod to Eastern or just in Kentucky in general. We'll just put some, you know, scattered toys here and there, you know, nothing too specific. Let's see, what else do we have here? Oh, we do need some lighting in here, I guess. Ooh, there's a little green one. That's perfect. And, you know, I do want to go with some green curtains, but I do want to try to use something different than the ones from the base game that we have been using. Wait, isn't there one that has like little dinosaurs on it, but they're orange? I mean, that's not the vibe. Oh, wait, there's this one swatch that we got on these curtains. That's kind of perfect just because it has that green, but then it has a little bit of light blue on it. I don't know if that really looks that good though. Maybe we should just do dark blue curtains. You know, I kind of like that. I kind of like the mixture of the two colors. And then for the wallpaper, I really want to use something like one of these because I have not used this probably ever. That's adorable. I kind of want to change all of the colors now. Let's just make everything green. I don't want to do blue. That's not my vibe. Maybe we'll make the chair yellow. Oh no, there's not a matching swatch that I like. There's that one. That kind of looks cute. Hold on, maybe we can make this work. Wait a minute, that's actually kind of cute. Okay. I know we just transformed like the entire space, but I really like this now. We do. We have a bed that probably would fit really well. That's ugly. Not that one. We'll just use this one. That's super cute. You know what? I love it. All right. The last room in the house is going to be the primary bedroom. What bed do I use? Because I tend to use the same ones every single time. I low-key just want to go with it and use this one. I mean, the rest of the house is green. We might as well just embrace it. I think we'll just use this really simple brown rug. Simplicity is always better for me, at least, because, you know, otherwise I'll be going in circles. And I think I'm going to use these side tables that came with Cats and Dogs as well. They are so perfect. They'll match too with the colors. We'll use this one. Very nice. And then we need a dresser kind of moment. Oh, I remember this one not matching perfectly, but we don't need to worry about that. We'll just do the darker one. Why not? I'm trying to not worry about matching tones too much anymore. We will add the laundry chair is what I call it. Just this little side chair that I'm going to definitely put in here. I mean, that one's not really the vibe. I'm trying to think, maybe this one. I mean, yeah, it's kind of just a simple little chair here in the corner. Maybe we can put another one of these lamps. We'll definitely put one like right there. That's cute. And then a lovely little mirror above the dresser in here as well. Maybe just like this one. It's kind of cute. And it has a darker wood tone that kind of matches the dresser as well. I kind of want to put another like kind of dresser, like wardrobe in here too. Instead of just having the one, I kind of want like a taller one to kind of, you know, balance it out. Maybe I'll just use this one from the base game. You know, I kind of do like that. Do I want to look at the other swatches to see? I mean, there is this blue swatch that is also very nice. It doesn't work because I feel like they're going to like green a lot. Oh, that's nice. You know, I actually really like this swatch a lot. And then what else can I put in here? We need some other clutter and decor and stuff. Oh, we definitely want the hamper again. We'll just copy and paste it from the bathroom. Ooh, you know, we got to put real hampers, unfortunately. I like that hamper. I wish this one functioned like that. I think I'm going to leave it in here anyways because I think the color is just so much better. But you know, we also have to put this one in here too, which is silly. It's very silly. And then we do also need to include one for the kids as well. We'll just do like this kind of like, I don't really know which color. Isn't there another one that's got like a green or something? Maybe the blue. That's cute. That works. That matches the bed really well too. Okay, back to this room again. I do need, honestly, do I like this bed because the way the 4 posters are hitting the windows? Or do I just want to get rid of one of these windows and do like one here? I think that looks better. Less is more sometimes. And for the side lamps here, I think I just want to use the ones, probably actually these from the base game. They look really, really nice actually, because there's blue here. And then what kind of curtains do I want to add? Maybe just these simple white ones. Okay, so I changed the vibes in here just because I wasn't really liking the way that the wood tones were looking. So I just changed the swatch. I think this bed is gorgeous. So I don't really think it matters. I think we'll use the curtains from Cats and Dogs also just because they are so perfect. I think we're going to use these deep red ones. I never use those ever, but they look really nice with the bedding, right? What kind of wallpaper would we see in here? I want something simple, but at the same time, something with a little character would be nice. Ooh, maybe this one would work. Something like this possibly. I don't know. I feel like that's a little too dark. That's kind of on the way I want it. I think that looks pretty nice, actually. That's cute. I quite like it. I mean, it's very mismatchy and kind of dated looking, but I think I'm just going to go with a really simple like beigey brown color. I think that looks all right. We do need to put a hamper right here. I think actually we're going to put it right here. I think I'm going to put both just because I really like the way this one looks more and this one's actually functional. So I kind of want to put an old TV in here too. Just somewhere, something like that maybe. That's kind of cute. Maybe this set of paintings or something. Or maybe we can put paintings like above the both sides here. I don't know, I kind of like this. I don't know, it's kind of speaking to me. That's kind of cute. Let's just move on to the porches now, the last little bit of this house. So the front porch here, I mean, we're going to keep it pretty simple. Front porches, at least in my experiences, they're more for the looks. They're not really as functional as back porches are gonna be. So I think I'm just gonna put like a nice little like bench out here. I think this one looks very pretty. You can't really see it though. I think I'm gonna do the white swatch. That looks really nice. And then maybe we can put like a couple of the little cushions, which, oh my goodness, I did not put throw pillows literally anywhere. What is wrong with me? Hold. We can place a couple of these down out here. I think I'll just do this like nice soft sagey green here and just place a couple just like that. And then we do need the welcome mat that came with the base game. I've been placing that down in pretty much all of my builds, and since it's fall, y'all, we're gonna put, ooh, that one's kind of a cuter one because we could do the pumpkins, but I like that a lot. I'm gonna use that one, and I'm actually going to put some pumpkin decorations right here too, just as a little nod. We'll do the green one, so it's like a late September vibe. All right, that front porch is pretty much done. I love how I say that, and I forgot that I have to put a daggone porch light. We'll just use maybe the white one from Get Together. Very simple. I use that one all the time. All right, so for the back porch, we'll use the same lights, but I do want to make sure to add the ceiling decorations. It's a ceiling fan, so it's kind of essential, especially because we're building this in Willow Creek. It's definitely probably humid and warm here a lot, so we're going to add one of these just to help circulate some air. What do I want to put on the back porch? I personally think we should put a little table out here to eat at. So there's more than just the interior. We can also eat outside if we wanted to. I kind of want to use this metal one. I never use it, but there is a version with a green tablecloth, and that's kind of cute. I wish we had a chair that, like a dining chair that went with it, but we'll just probably find something else. I think I want to use a different table. I feel like those tables just weren't, like that table wasn't working. So I'm just going to go with maybe like a simple wooden one. I think I'm going to do darker tones, but I need some lights out here. I can't see nothing. I kind of want to use these like mason jar lighting just because the vibes, I feel like that would look really cute, like on the corners maybe. Maybe we can put like a light underneath the ceiling light to make it look like there's more light. Okay, I can actually see a little bit better now. So I'm going to do like this kind of moment. I think that looks kind of nice. I think I'm just going to use that simple rug. Yeah, I was going to say I want something that is good for the outdoors. We've got this one, but there is one with laundry day that we got that would probably be perfect too. That way I'm not using the exact same thing for every single room. Yeah, this one's nice, and it looks like it's an outdoor rug. That's cute. What else could I put out here? I would like there to be some kind of outdoor seating. Ooh, maybe this one? That's kind of cute. I wish this had some better wood tones, and even better still, I wish it had some better, cushions. You know what? The couch, and I believe there's a love seat that it came with too. I kind of want to use it. The one from Jungle Adventure. Yeah, I kind of want to use that. Ooh, maybe this one actually instead. This one's kind of nice. Even though the cushions are off center. Yeah, I'm never going to unsee that now. I just noticed. So we can actually just put our own just to cover it up a little bit maybe. Like, yeah, we can just do like this, just to kind of cover it a little bit. You know what? If you squint, it looks all right. I don't really think there's anything else to really put out here. So we're just going to do some plants. When in doubt, put a plant. That's just what I always say. Oh yeah, we definitely got to put these like hanging plants too. That's very cute. Oh, I know what we can put out here. Oh my goodness. It's the perfect thing to end it off. We can put some wind chimes. I think your Sims actually can get quite annoyed with these sometimes, but I don't care. There for the vibes. Alrighty, y'all. So here we are. We have finished this house. But yeah, this is my completed renovation of a home that I built 10 years ago in The Sims 4. Let me give you a little tour. We have a lovely little front garden area, nice and cozy. Lots of, plants and flowers and stuff. I think this is super pretty. Nice little front step here with an autumnal little setup. They're getting ready for fall. And then the backyard is a lovely pool with a garden space, a little shed with some working stuff in it. In fact, I need to add a little light right there. I feel like that would be perfect. We've got a little minimal, pretty simple and clean little like eating, grilling kind of area. And then the front entrance room here, very simple. Not my favorite room, but it's a hallway, so I'm not super worried about it. Then we have the kitchen and dining space, very green, very brown, very sagey. I love this dining room. It is so cute. And then we have a cozy little living room as well. I am obsessed with it. I love how kind of cozy and dark it is. I love the vibes. Then we have a bright, kind of friendly little, bedroom for a couple of kids. I'm gonna say they're twins. And then here's the primary bedroom, very woodsy, a little bit more red, but I am a big fan. I think I'm going to change this cushion to be an orange. And then we have a cozy, bright, but a little bit more dated looking bathroom. I actually really like this bathroom. It's very cute. And then right here we have a tiny little laundry space, which, hopefully is functional. But yeah, and here is the overall floor plan of this home. I am kind of in shock how different it is from the original. I definitely furnish and decorate a lot more than I used to. But anyways, I hope y'all enjoyed today's video. Do let me know in the comments down below what you think. And do let me know as well if you want to see me renovate more of my older builds, whether it's from, 2015 or just from whenever. Also, a big thank you to my beautiful lavender buds, my YouTube members. If you would like to support the channel and get early access to my videos, you can go ahead and join if you want. It's totally optional, but they're scrolling on the screen now. Thank you so much, you all, for the support. And that's pretty much it for today. Thank you all so very much for watching. Stay weird, and I'll speak to y'all next time. Bye, y'all.